What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out. This is my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, I want to talk about AI for a second. Because it seems that Microsoft has made some more 5D chess moves. I don't know what Sony's doing over there. I mean, it's like they're standing still. They got their feet stuck in quicksand or something. They can't move. Because Microsoft is got all their eyes open, looking over the whole industry like a hawk, and seeing the little opportunities come by and they're going down, snatching them up. So, two dudes from OpeenAI were fired. The actual creator, as I understand it, of OpeenAI, Sam Altman, I don't know his name, so maybe that's his name, and some other person, which I don't know the name of. They both were fired, I believe that's what happened. This was a couple of days ago or something, and Microsoft seems to have hired them because Microsoft invested a lot of money into AI and stuff, ChatGPT in particular, and I believe that Altman is the one that he created that. So now he's at Microsoft, and now what has happened is that he had a team of about 750 people. 700 of those people are threatening to leave OpenAI. And your boy Satya said, "Hey, we got some open positions over here. This is coming over. Put in your application." So I was like, "Oh snap!" So imagine this, right? Microsoft putting billions of dollars into AI, into OpenAI. I think they own 49% of the stock or something like that. And the main dude who has created ChatGPT, who is the main reason why you wanted to invest so much in OpenAI, is now works for you, was fired, and now was acquired by you. Now, the funny thing about this is that the FTC and the CMA and all these governing bodies can't do nothing about it because he was fired. And Microsoft was just giving a person a job. There's no, we want to buy your, OpenAI. Nope. And so, I mean, I would say the only thing that may hinder their, not progress, but I don't think they're allowed to use any of the code that he created at OpenAI, for ChatGPT and such. So he would have to create all new code base for whatever Microsoft would call their new AI stuff. But still, and if they do that and they hire basically his team, basically his whole team, it's a win-win for what they're trying to accomplish, which is, a lot of people are afraid of AI. And people are dumb. I say that because AI has been in existence for a very long time, a very, very, very long time. When you start your car, when you have your key fob, I got an old ass car. If you got a new car, you got a key fob and you just press a button and it starts. Your car is AI, right? You know that, right? How you think? I mean, this is advanced AI when I'm talking about like the self-driving stuff. You don't think that's AI? There's so much AI. You're carrying an AI in your pocket every day. It's called your cell phone. It's spying on you too. That's why you get those ads. You're like, oh snap, I was talking about oatmeal. How'd I get oatmeal in my oatmeal? I got oatmeal ads now. AI. I mean, ultimately, companies want to use AI to make money, right? That's the main purpose. The main thing. There's some evil people out there. Oh, I'm going to make a murder robot to kill the human race because we don't deserve to be here on the earth and stuff. Crazy people like that, sure. There's a couple of those too. But them having the ability to actually get there to do that is highly unlikely. And like I said, if it were to be done, it probably would have happened already. Because you can program a drone to go in and, I mean, they've done that actually. But, more importantly, you can, have a self-driving car do bad things. Let's just say that. Like I said, AI has been here for a while. It ain't going anywhere. It's our responsibility as humans, as the human race, to craft it in a way that it helps us progress and helps us evolve, helps society evolve, helps humans as a whole, it helps the earth be a nice place for us to live. We don't want to starfield the earth. And if y'all don't know what that means, you need to go play Starfield and see what happens to the earth, okay? Now, I'm not saying AI caused what happened to the earth at Starfield, but they could have helped. AI could have helped and said, maybe you shouldn't do that, earthlings. And then, or humans. Maybe humans, you shouldn't do that, because Earth, bad things might happen, and the Earthlings the humans is like, they probably wouldn't listen to it anyway, but at least there was a warning, Anyway, I'm not afraid of AI. I welcome the AI revolution as far as just even for people like if you think about like introverts and such, like who are the people who don't have any friends or are incapable of social interacting. Maybe there'll be AI people, programs, algorithms and such for those people to help them get over anxiety or just to communicate with something other than their own thoughts and such, stuff like that. Or even for people who have, PTS, because, a lot of them like, oh, I have a service dog or a emotional companion dog or whatever. I forget what they're called. Imagine if they had an actual AI to talk to. They can actually talk to somebody that would give them like advice or whatever, help them through a day, just from words. And the AI could pull from some poetry or some other people who have nice words. It can analyze what they're saying or what they're going through in order to help them, instead of like, oh, I gotta go talk to my shrink right now. In that case, AI would be therapeutic. Of course, the psychiatric industry would probably hate it because they'd be like, hey, that's my job, what you doing, But, it's always, like I said, I always say this. Bottom line is the bottom line. It always comes down to money. When it comes to everything, it's always about money. And when it's not about money, then money is no object, or money isn't the concern. Like, say if you're a philanthropist, the money stuff doesn't matter. You have a goal to do this and the third. Money is involved, and philanthropists don't like to kind of waste money, so they want to put their money to good use. But at the same time, there's certain things that they get benefits from donating and such. But anyway, tangent. We're talking about AI. And the whole thing about Microsoft and AI is that there's a story, I think last week or the week before, where Microsoft is making their own chips. They're starting to produce their own chips, and they are AI based silicone. And I was like, wait, what? They're AI chips? How? What's going on here? What? And they're doing x64 chips, I believe, and they're doing ARM chips, mobile chips and such. For their, they have Surface, they have laptops, all those things. And I will assume it's 2024 now, basically. So let's just assume that the next Xbox is 4 years from now. That's enough time for them to develop a chip, possibly, to be in the next Xbox. So they don't have to rely totally on AMD silicone, right? Or maybe they could partner with AMD for the AI integration. And it's interesting because, there's definitely a risk involved in that, meaning they could go the route of the PlayStation 3, like RISC processor, or what was it? Oh, the cell processor, excuse me. Cell processor, RISC processor was saying. RISC processor, blah, blah, blah. We're going to do the RISC processor. It's so powerful and nobody knows how to use it. It's a piece of hot trash and it's garbage. And it's like, nah. Okay, so Microsoft knows this. So if they make an AI chip, they need it to be easy for devs to use. It need to be like a plug and play chip. Not a plug and play chip, but a plug and play environment, let's just say. So you can say, you know what? You can use the same old APIs we were using. Only difference is you have more power. You have the AI section. You can do stuff. You don't have after stuff is automated. Blah blah blah. You know, same XDK. You don't need to, or maybe it's an AI DK. Who knows what they can call it? All these things to make it easier. That's the most important thing. The most important thing for Microsoft to get right is to make their hardware developer friendly, and also the most powerful. So developer friendly and also the most powerful. I mean, that's a tricky balancing act, but I think they can do it. They've been pretty good with their hardware, and only until now people are realizing that the Xbox Series S is actually a good thing because of optimizations on PC, and now get optimization on the X and the PlayStation 5. I'm like, y'all are idiots. And it's part of it. I blame on the narrative of these console warrior media people and in these media sites, because they're doing this. PlayStation is better, PlayStation is better, PlayStation is better. But I'm like, you're on the PC side, and they optimize for a whole bunch of different SKUs, a whole bunch of different power levels. Why doesn't that apply to consoles? Especially, the Xbox Series S is kind of showing the way, possibly for the future. Like possibly the Xbox, the next gen Xbox that has AI in it, probably won't be like a 2 times leap or whatever is usually common with next generation, right? So maybe it's marginally more powerful than the Series X, right? The base, but you have the AI, right? And you have the AI plus maybe some cloud implementation, but I would say cloud implementation is very slight. Maybe it's some AI subroutines or something, and maybe it's like the cloud and the sky systems and stuff, which would it would free up some resources for the system. But I think what they're doing with the AI and with the cloud stuff, if they get it to work in synergy, then that means that the system, the hardware, will be more efficient in doing the things that it has to do now. And so I am optimistic for that. I was just listening to Xbox 2, and they were talking about, Jez is not optimistic about the future of Xbox, the console. But I mean, I was just looking at all the sales, like Walmart and Best Buy and Amazon, and it's like over 1,000 people have bought this in the last 24 hours on all of them. And the thing about that is they don't go over 1,000. They don't give you a number over 1,000. So it could be 5,000, it could be 10,000, but you don't know because they only give you 1,000 plus. And that's on all of the ones that I had mentioned. I would assume that's on every site because it's just selling out everywhere. But it's interesting. These are the things that are interesting because the implications are for and towards the change, hopefully the embetterment of video games and the stuff that we like so much. And I know Alana Pierce and all these writers are scared because they're like, I don't want AI writing. Look, they just did a thing with SAG and the Writers Guild that, you can use AI, but you can't use it. First you have to tell people that you're using AI. And second, you're allowed to use it for certain writing things. Like say if you have an idea, right? You say, I want a rough script of right? You still have to go back and touch it. You can't just like spit it out and just go. You can't do that. That's against the laws and the contract that they have agreed to. So why would it be different from video games? And that's where I'm looking at Alana. I'm like, look, I don't hate you as a personality. You're pretty entertaining. I mean, you're a beautiful looking person. So whatever, I guess you get kudos for that. I've learned, of course, that beauty, this is the old saying, beauty is only skin deep. And a lot of beautiful people are very ugly people. Personality-wise, what they do, what they use their beauty for in order to get over on whether it's the opposite sex, the same sex, or their position in a certain company or such. So, certain people have that gift, if you will, or they can be called a whore whore or a hoe, W or a H, whichever one, just depending, I guess, where you're from. Whore, that's how we say it in New York. Whore. Who's that whore? No, I don't actually say. I just say, oh, ho. I think I've been in Florida too long. I used to say whore. Anyway, the kind of bottom line of all this AI stuff is that it's not a big deal. And how I'm seeing it, and it's been this way for a while, is that Microsoft has been leading the charge in innovation in video games for ever since they released the Xbox. They released the Xbox in 2001, right? 2002, guess what came up? Xbox Live. Where was PlayStation? Where was PlayStation? Where was PS Plus, PSN? Where's PlayStation Network? Where was it? They didn't come around until like 4 years later. And they still got it wrong. They still got hacked. And they didn't even have achievements, trophies. They had to bite that too. So when you're looking at these hardware companies, you're looking at Microsoft, you're looking at Sony. Sony used to be the hardware company. They used to be known for hardware. Not anymore. Because they are literally and have literally been slacking. They've been following the leader and reaping the benefits. Because they're the most popular, they've been riding that train. They've been riding that wave. But it's running out. That luck has run out. You can see what's happening. And it's like, look, I don't wish anyone to lose their jobs or whatever, but when you have a company like Sony behaving how they were in the industry for so long, it's not going to end well. You know what I'm saying? There is something to be said about, being a fair practicing entity, if you will. It's like just being a fair person. If you're an a-hole all your life and you treat people like trash all your life, guess what? People are gonna realize, oh, this person's an asshole, arsehole, and they don't treat people nice, and that's your reputation, right? And so people will know this, and what goes around comes around. I don't believe in karma. I've said this before, but it happens. It happens. Even good people, even honest people, they get the short end of the stick. But sometimes, they get rewarded or they get treated fairly or how they should be treated. Reciprocation and all that stuff. And so I see right now what's happening to Sony, what's happening to PlayStation is, it's just this is what you put out there. You put out all these crazy business practices, and Microsoft has probably known for years, but they were like, you know what, we're gonna be the better company. We're gonna take the high ground. We're not gonna stoop to the level of what they're doing. I'm gonna be real. During the 360, Don Matrick, they were pretty bad. Microsoft was pretty bad, but Phil Spencer turned it around. So it does depend. It does matter on who is the person in charge, but like I said, karma's a B. I don't believe in karma, but it is a B. And Sony's getting their taste of their own medicine at this point. They're not playing chess. I don't know what they were playing. They weren't even playing checkers. They're playing tic-tac-toe on a piece of paper, alone. So let me know in the comments below. What y'all think about the whole AI thing? Do you think it will be beneficial in video games? And how do you think it will be beneficial? Like, imagine like the different use cases of AI in video games. Just not even just like, because they did this Unreal thing where they had a NPC and they had I think they had it hooked up like Chat GPT, and so you went up to it and then I don't know if you talked into the mic or just typed or whatever. I think you did talk into the mic, and it was talking back to you, and it was like an actual conversation. And I was like, that's what's up. Let's go. That's basically what Milo was supposed to be. I know it's a sort of subject, but Peter Molyneux's Milo. That's basically what this whole thing is Chat GPT and all that stuff. But anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging out, gentlemen. Like and subscribe. Like I always say, comments are open. Just be nice to each other. And I'll check y'all on the next one.